We have a serious sexual assault problem in the United States.
Well, all rape is bad, but I think I have an idea where you're going with this.
One of the reasons why, toxic masculinity.
Wait, what?
Now let's be clear, masculinity is not inherently a bad thing. What's bad is when society tells us that being a man means things like strength and power at the expense of being allowed to really feel things. Imagine your favorite male protagonist. Is he cold and aloof, hardened, brooding? Does he scowl, make dark jokes in the face of danger?
You mean the guys that all the girls want?
Well, this is our cultural ideal of manhood. It gets worse when anything that society deems feminine, like having feelings, gets pegged as a threat to manhood. The worst thing a manly man can do is act like a woman. Side note, this is also why toxic masculinity is super homophobic. DeAndre Levy of the Detroit Lions wrote recently, quote, "It's truly astounding how many awful things that occur in this world because men are afraid of appearing weak." Levy notes that in locker rooms, power is measured in sexual conquests, dehumanizing women in the process. We're so caught up in these toxic ideas that a woman granting her affirmative consent to sex, well, that too often becomes secondary to our needs.
I smell bullshit.
Let's put that in the context of American colleges and universities, where sexual assault has become an epidemic.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Like I said, any rape is bad, but calling it an epidemic is just fear-mongering, and it's simply not true. Now, I don't say this to downplay rape. It is something that should be taken seriously. But using lies and false statistics is counterproductive to your point.
Reported sex crimes increased 126% from 2001 to 2013.
But how many of these reported sex crimes actually turn out to be true? Maybe what you should be looking at is how many people on campus lie about being raped. And not only do you not get upset with these people, you tell everybody else that they should just believe them based on nothing other than their word.
College is a petri dish for bad ideas about sexual behavior, a place that often magnifies toxic conceptions of masculinity.
Right, and I'm sure all those bad ideas are male ideas. And there's no women on campus just trying to party and get laid. They're all just innocent little angels trying to get their education. Fucking men.
Too many men learn in college to view women as things to be aggressively obtained, to be conquered, to be used for our enjoyment and pleasure. That's just part of what we know as rape culture. All the ideas and beliefs that make people think sexual violence is acceptable. Rape culture includes the misogynist images we're fed in popular culture, where male violence is depicted as sexually alluring and something that enhances the protagonist's manhood.
And who finds it sexually alluring? Women. It's like you guys just ignore that there's women out there who like it when a man takes control in the bedroom. Hasn't anyone else ever had to use a safe word before? Fuck.
Toxic masculinity, when you think about it, is very selfish. A lot of that is about entitlement. We're entitled to a voice, entitled to a job, entitled to sex. All these things we're told we deserve because we're guys.
I don't know where you're from, but all the men I know were told being a man means that you're entitled to nothing, and you need to work hard to what you want to achieve in life.
Some of us don't react well when we're challenged. Women disagreeing with us or telling us no, for example. And
First off, who's actually the one getting pissed off here? They seem to be having a peaceful debate and she just gets angry and flips him off. What a bitch. Oh, and people getting all pissy when things don't go their way? Where have I heard that before? Oh yeah.
in those moments, we react how we've learned to. With aggression, with harassment, with violence. We've got to unlearn that stuff. Basically, toxic masculinity has screwed us guys up. Anger, violence, and entitlement are not admirable qualities. And coming to grips with that is the first step in understanding that ending sexual assault is our problem to solve too. So how do we solve this? How do we detox? Hold friends accountable and intervene when you see harassment or assault.
By harassment, do you mean saying hello to somebody? And by assault, do you mean waking up the next morning and regretting your decision?
Don't be the guy who wishes he'd said something to stop his friend. Listen to survivors and believe them when they speak up. If you don't, it has a chilling effect for others who have experienced sexual assault. They see other survivors being shut down or dismissed and think it would be easier to stay quiet. Read and understand legislation that's addressing the problem, including a bill called the Campus Safety and Accountability Act, which would create incentives for schools to better protect students from sexual assault.
My issue with the bill is that it seems to give more power to the accuser and takes power away from the accused, which may sound fine when you refer to the accuser as a survivor, already determining that they are in fact the victim of assault. The bill also seems to allow details such as the accuser being under the influence to be withheld, and doesn't even require the school to go to the authorities before taking action against the accused.
If you support bills like this, let your senator or representative know. If not, be constructive and suggest ways to improve them. And most of all, learn about and practice affirmative consent, which means all parties in sexual activity communicating an explicit yes. And
You mean that thing like during sex you want the person to ask permission every 5 seconds? Do you have any idea how much that could dampen the mood?
when one person's mental state is impaired because they're drunk or high, there is no consent.
So if both parties are under the influence, who's actually the victim? Oh right, the woman, 'cause equality. Stupid men letting things like alcohol impair their judgment.
I'm Jamil Smith, and this is The Racket.
Thanks, Jamil. Here, have a Tic Tac. I'm sure there's a nasty aftertaste after all that bullshit coming out of your mouth. If anyone's the victim of toxic masculinity, it's men, always being told they need to work harder or be stronger. Give up your seat or open a door for a woman. These aren't necessarily bad traits to have for a man. It's just you saying that somehow masculinity equals rape. It's just garbage. Anyway, thanks for watching.